Kund and how we should follow. So we will glance over that first. In his comments on Srila Rupa Goswami's Updeshmrita, Srila Prabhupada reveals the unique identity of Sri Radhakund and the glories of visiting, living, and bathing there. To more deeply understand Srila Prabhupada's wonderful illumination, we introduce each quotation with a question. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, of the many holy places in Braj Mandala like Mathura, Vrindavan, Varsana, Nandagram, and Govardhan, which is the topmost place? Srila Prabhupada, Radha Kund is superior to all. Another devotee, what makes Radha Kund so special and superior, Srila Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada responded, because it is there at Radha Kund that love of Krishna's overflows. Third devotee, Srila Prabhupada, if one wants to live somewhere in Braj Mandala in Vrindavan, where should one stay? Srila Prabhupada, advanced devotees prefer to reside at Radha Kund. Fourth devotee, why is that, Srila Prabhupada? Prabhupada responded, because this place, Radha Kund, is the site of many memories of the eternal loving affairs between Krishna and Radharani, Rati Vilas. So devotee asked, can you say more about why Radha Kund is so glorious, Srila Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada responded, why is Radha Kund so exalted? The lake is so exalted because it belongs to Srimati Radharani. And among all the gopis, Radharani is the most beloved of Krishna. Another devotee asked, Srila Prabhupada, what does Bhagwan Sri Krishna think of Radha Kund? Srila Prabhupada, Sri Radha Kund is also described by the great sages as the lake that is as dear to Krishna as Radha herself. Indeed, Krishna's love for Radha Kund and Srimati Radharani is the same in all respects. Other devotee, wow, that's amazing, Srila Prabhupada. I never knew that Radha Kund was so special and dear to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, is there any limit to the glories of this most wonderful and sacred Radha Kund? Srila Prabhupada responded, there is no limit to the glories of Sri Radha Kund. Devotee, Srila Prabhupada, why does Sri Rupa Goswami glorify Radha Kund so much? Srila Prabhupada, Sri Rupa Goswami has given much stress to Radha Kund because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to find it. Devotee, so Srila Prabhupada, since we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas and worshippers of Mahaprabhu, does this mean that we should live at Radha Kund? Srila Prabhupada, of course. Who then would give up the Radha Kund and try to reside elsewhere? No person with transcendental intelligence would do so. Devotee, so what you are saying, Srila Prabhupada, is that an intelligent, mature devotee should live at Radha Kund and worship Radha and Krishna in order to attain spiritual perfection? Srila Prabhupada responded, living entities who are eager to return home to the transcendental kingdom of God, Goloka Vrindavan, by means of attaining their spiritual bodies, Siddha Dehas should live at Radha Kund. Take shelter of the confidential serving maids, Manjaris, Dasis of Sri Radha, and under their direction engage constantly in Radha's service. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, are there any special benefit of bathing at Radhakund? Srila Prabhupada. It is stated that a devotee at once develop pure love of Krishna in the wake of the gopis if he once takes a bath in Radhakund. If one bathes even once, he can develop his transcendental love for Krishna exactly as the gopis did. Devotee. But Srila Prabhupada, many devotees are confused about this point. So it is okay to bathe in Radhakund? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Rupa Goswami recommends that even if one cannot live permanently on the banks of Radhakund, he should at least take a bath in the lake as many times as possible. This is a most important item in the executions of devotional service. So, devotee Akshila Prabhupada, can you say anything more about bathing in Radhakund? Srila Prabhupada, one should bathe there regularly and give up all material conceptions, taking shelter of Sri Radha and her assistants gopis. Devotees, Srila Prabhupada, it seems you are saying that devotees should bathe in Radhakund and also live in Radhakund. Is that right? Srila Prabhupada, yes. It is also recommended that one should live on the bank of Radhakund and should be absorbed in the loving service of the Lord. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, these days we see many devotees serving Radhakund in various ways like parikrama, offering lamps, sweeping, cleaning the sacred waters, planting trees, and renovating the kutirs and samadhis of the Goswamis. Srila Prabhupada, can you say something about the benefit of serving Radhakund? Srila Prabhupada, by serving Radhakund, one can get an opportunity to become an assistant of Srimati Radharani, become a Manjari under the eternal guidance of the gopis. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, from everything you said so far, it seems that the conclusion is that to bathe and live always in Radhakund is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada. The conclusion is that to live on the bank of Radhakund and to bathe there daily constitute the highest perfection of devotional service. So, devotee Srila Prabhupada, are you saying that Radhakund is the ideal place for cultivating Krishna consciousness? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Therefore, everyone interested in Krishna consciousness should ultimately take shelter of Radhakund and execute devotional service there throughout one's life. Devotee. Srila Prabhupada, to summarize everything we discussed, can you please answer this last question? What will happen to a devotee who bathes regularly in Radhakund and lives his whole life in Radhakund, meditating on serving Srimati Radharani in the mood of the gopis? Srila Prabhupada. If one is thus constantly engaged during his lifetime, after giving up body, he will go back to Godhead to show Sri Radha in the same way as he contemplated during his life on the bank of the Radha Kund. So this is very nice to dwell on it, to get the direct instructions from Srila Prabhupada about the Radha Kund. Now the glorification we will. It is explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that Radha and Krishna every day between about 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon in their eternal lila, they meet at Sri Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. And it is considered to be the holiest of all holy places throughout the universe. Rupa Goswami explained that Mathura is more holy even than Vaikuntha, because it is in Mathura that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, the source of even Narayan, was born. And more holy than Mathura is Vrindavan, because in Vrindavan, Krishna performed his Rasa Leela with his most intimate associates, the gopis. More holy even than Vrindavan is Govardhan. Govardhan was lifted by a little finger of Lord Sri Krishna. And it was at Govardhan that his most wonderful pastimes took place with both the Gopas and the Gopis at the same time. But more holy even than Govardhan is Sri Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. Govardhan hill is compared to the form of a peacock, and Radha Kund and Shyam Kund are the two eyes of the peacock. It is there that the most confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna take place. Radha Kund and Shyam Kund are eternally existing in the spiritual world, and they are the expressions of supreme love of Radha and Krishna for one another. And in the spiritual world, even they are the most favorite bathing places of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. In the spiritual world of Goloka, it is explained in the Adi Purana. One day, Srimati Radharani and Lord Sri Krishna were sitting together on a beautiful visual throne in the spiritual world. Everything, all words, all actions, all thoughts are pure reciprocations of love for the pleasure of the beloved. So Radha and Krishna were sitting together and immersed in experiencing the love of Srimati Radharani. Lord Sri Krishna became completely ecstatic. Now, what is that love of Srimati Radharani? Srimati Radharani is the Ladini Shakti of the Absolute Truth or Krishna. That means she is the perfect representation, manifestation of his pleasure-giving potency. Not only representation, but actually she is very pleasure-giving potency. This means that Krishna is the supreme object of love and she is the supreme lover. All the nectar of Krishna's enjoyment is coming from her because Krishna is Bhaktavatsal. He is only pleased by reciprocations of devotion, and she is the source of all the devotion. Whatever devotion is in any of the residents of the spiritual world, whatever devotion is innate within the heart of every living being, is part and parcel of the supreme complete devotion of Srimati Radharani. So it is described in Hari Purana how Krishna became so much immersed by her love that he immersed himself in the thought of her to such an extent that he took her form and he also took her emotions and went running to the forest crying out for Krishna. Krishna was in the mood and form of Srimati Radharani, crying out for Krishna. When Srimati Radharani saw this, she became so absorbed in seeing Krishna's love that she became so immersed that she assumed the form of Krishna and started crying out the names of Srimati Radharani. So the gopis, they were wondering what to do in this situation. They were both crying and crying in separation from each other. So the gopis tried in every possible way to bring Srimati Radhika to her normal position. But all of their efforts were futile. So they went into the forest searching for Krishna. There they saw Krishna in the form of Srimati Radharani. And they tried to somehow or other get his attention. But he was weeping and crying. Then they explained to him, quote, actually, your beloved is drowning in such an ocean of separation from you. How can you be here like this? So he was wondering, how will I find her? So they taught Krishna a mantra glorifying Srimati Radharani. And he chanted that mantra, and Sri Radhika appeared to him in the form of Krishna, while he was in the form of Sri Radhika. So as they were sitting together looking at one another, they both began to weep and cry. And Krishna told Srimati Radharani, quote, I'm your eternal servant. Because I left you, I caused you so much pain of separation. And you cried, and you filled the lake with your tears. And in separation from you, I cried, and I filled the lake with my tears. The lake that you filled is called Radhakund, and the lake that I fill will be called Shyamkund. So Radhakund and Shyamkund are eternally existing in the spiritual world, and they are the expressions of supreme love of Radha and Krishna for one another. And in the spiritual world, even they are the most favorite bathing places of Sri Radha and Krishna. So after Krishna killed the demon Arista, he went to meet the gopis near the Govardhan hill. Srimati Radharani and gopis, what they said to Krishna, quote, we can no longer associate with you, unquote. So Krishna just said, why are you saying like this? So the Radharanis and Gopi responded, quote, because you have committed the great sin of killing a male cow. You are Govinda, Gopal. Gopal means one who protects cows. You kill a cow. Bull is a manifestation that represents true religion. Therefore, due to this sin, we will no longer be touched by you. If you want to purify yourself of this sin, you must go to take the bath in all the holy places throughout the entire universe. Unquote. So Lord Krishna, wanting to please his beloved devotees, he said, quote, there is no reason for me to go anywhere. I will bring all the holy places to Vrindavan. Unquote. So he called all the holy places. Then with the heel of his left foot, he made an imprint in the ground. It was a very big imprint, and all these holy places, the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Kaveri, Bhagwati, all the oceans, the milk oceans, they all came before Krishna. All the holy places, one by one, with folded palms, introduced themselves to Krishna, ready to offer any service he desired. So Krishna said to them, quote, you fill these footprints of mine with your holy waters. Unquote. So all at once they all became manifested as water and filled his kund. Then Krishna took his bath there and came out. He said, quote, now I am completely purified. I have bathed in every holy places within the entire universe. But you gopis, you have sided with a demon. Aristasur was a demon. And because you took his side, therefore, you are contaminated by sin. And if you want to purify yourself from that sin, you should bathe in my kund. Haribol. So how the gopis responded? Quote, your kund is infected by the sin of killing a cow. So we will not go in your kund. However, because we are associating with you, therefore we have been contaminated by part of conspiracy of killing a bull. Therefore, yes, we should bathe. Harikol. So what Srimati Radharani and Gopi did is that they found part of the hookprint of Aristasur. Srimati Radharani took her bangle, and with her bangle she started digging into their hookprints. Then the other gopis all started breaking their bracelets, and they dug a big beautiful kund in the ground. Then Krishna said, quote, now you have hole, but you have no water. If you say so, I will tell my waters to fill your kund. So what the Radharani and Gopi says, no, we don't want your waters. So they made a line of gopis, hundreds and thousands of gopis in a line. And they went all the way to Manasi Ganga. And they were passing buckets of water from there to fill up the kund of Srimati Radharani. Krishna, unable to tolerate seeing the gopis working in this way, Krishna is so kind, right? He requested the holy places to approach Srimati Radharani. So all the holy places personified in one form, he came before Srimati Radharani with folded palms, offering beautiful prayers to her lotus feet. Quote, you are the supreme, most worshipable of all personalities. Lord Hari is always subordinate to your love. Brahma, Shiva, Shukdev, and all the great gods, they are eager to become the servant of your servants. We beg you to please be kind upon us and grant us the benedictions that we may serve you. So in the response, he says, what benedictions do you desire? So they said, please allow us to fill your cone with our waters. So she said, yes, if that is your desire. So the water from the Shyam Kund then crashed through the boundaries and entered into the Radha Kund. So after this beautiful episode, Krishna told Srimati Radharani, quote, your Kund, Radha Kund, is filled with the ambrosial nectar of your love. Therefore, Radha Kund is as dear to me as you. And anyone who takes their bath in Sri Radha Kund will attain the same type of love and devotional service that you have for me. What a great benedictions. So by the Lord's arrangement, after some time, Radha Kund and Shyam Kund became lost to the vision of ordinary people. And at that time, the great grandson of Krishna, Vajranabha, he was made the king of Mathura by Maharaj Parikshit. He established the various holy places of the Leela of Krishna, and he excavated Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. Thousands of years passed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha and Krishna in one form, to give the world pure Krishna consciousness through the Harinam Sankirtan movement. It was a very important part of his mission to establish Vrindavan as the holy place where people from all over the world could come to cultivate Krishna consciousness. He traveled through the 12 forests of Vrindavan. He performed the parikrama of Govardhan. He was searching for Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. He came to a village called Paritagram, and he was in inquiring, but nobody knew. They had read about Shyam Kund and Radha Kund in Padma Puran and other great scriptures, but no one knew where it was. So Lord Chaitanya was sitting under a tamal tree. There he was meditating on his mission of revealing Radha Kund and Shyam Kund to the world. While sitting under that very, very sacred tamal tree, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw two little ponds in a paddy field, and he could understand this was Sri Radha Kund and Sri Shyam Kund. The place where he sat is called Chaitanya Baitak or Mahaprabhu Baitak. If you go to Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, you can see that on the Shyam Kund side. That tamal tree where it was existing, actually that tamal tree was there up until a few years ago. That is one of the holiest places for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas to visit. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in great aesthetic love, took his bath in Shyam Kund and Radha Kund. The ecstasies that he was manifesting are something that this world has never seen. The local villagers, when they saw this beautiful golden sannyasi manifesting such symptoms of love, bathing in this two little pond in the paddy field, they were struck with wonder. Seeing his love, their hearts filled with love. They become conversing amongst themselves. Quote, Lord Sri Krishna has personally descended again to this mortal world to come to Vrindavan in the form of this sannyasi. Unquote. So Lord Chaitanya, after taking his bath, he took the mud of Sri Radhakund and applied tilak on 12 parts of this body, and he began to offer beautiful prayers from the scripture in glorification of the Radhakund. So it says that even Radhakund and Shyamkund can dry up still if we have the divine vision. We can see a crystal clear water, and it's called the Bengal Kund, means that Kund which was excavated by the Bengals of the gopis, and still it is there. So Radha Kund and Shyam Kund is in a original form still there. We should visit, and as Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, that we can take even a bath. But we have to be extremely careful in what consciousness we enter into the Radha Kund and remain in that consciousness until you are there in the Radha Kund. Otherwise, you will make horrible offense to the Radha Kund, and consequences, as the advantage is thousands times, offense is also 1,000 times. So we have to be extremely careful. We have to go in an association where our mind has no room to dwell on anything else except the wonderful pastimes of Radha and Krishna's and the gopis. Actually, in Vrindavan, we should not stay more than 3 days. That's what my Guru Maharaj used to tell me. As long as you maintain the brahmacharya, not even a thought should come in the mind about those relationships, then you can stay in Vrindavan. Otherwise, please return home soon. So, on this most auspicious day of appearance of Radhakund, we should take complete shelter of the Radhakund and Shyamkund. If we cannot bathe physically, we can always bathe mentally, but with proper consciousness. Even within the mind, we have to be completely pure in our thoughts, and the reason that we are taking the bath in the Radhakund. Prabhupada has said that all material attachment has to be disconnected to full advantage of taking the bath in Radhakund. Otherwise, with the subconscious and the conditioned consciousness, we may take millions of times in Radhakund. And if the life don't get changed, what is the use? Then we have not yet realized the potency of Radhakund. So our great acharyas has given us all the information that we can dwell on it. And during the daytime, we read from the Manaha Siksha by Raghunath Das Goswami, who used to stay on the bank of Radhakund and Shyamkund. His samadhi is still present there at the bank of Radhakund. We should follow in their footsteps. And as it was revealed today during the 3:30 meditations, that should be only one goal, to have pure love for Krishna. And that goal can only be achieved through chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I think we should feel so fortunate that our Acharya has given the seed mantra. We should stick with it. We should absorb more and more hours we should spend on Krishna Katha and Krishna Bhajan and pass our days slowly and slowly. Come to that level that we constantly remember the divine Kapha before we leave this world. So that's a task for all of us. So with those thoughts, we should end. It's already 5:16. It's a little bit early. Unless somebody has any question, comment, corrections, we can end because I think I would like to, in my meditation alone, I would like to pray for those two departed souls that related to my sisters, related to me. Uh, and that's the reason they were asking someone else to prepare the supper for us, but I requested, no, we won't take anything. We will, if we feel hungry, we will eat some fruits. And it's so nice. I close all the windows, doors, and AC in this room has no temperature control, so it runs so cold. So when I run it, I cannot take that much cold. So I close all the windows so no hot summer wind can come into the room, and I turn on the ceiling fan so I keep that air cool circulating. And I didn't realize that I don't have the AC today, even though outside temperature is 93. So it is so nice, to hear the chanting of all the devotees when I ask them to chant, how beautifully they are chanting each syllable. This is the result of the association of all the wonderful devotees. And if we continue increasing our more and more time chanting Hare Krishna, or remembering every breathing we take, that I have that 5-second rule, Radhe Krishna. So when you say Radhe, you inhale 3 seconds and exhale 2 seconds. So you breathe only 12 times in a minute. This is the perfect ideal time. So practice that way so we can remember Radha and Krishna. Our goal is to remember somehow or other, whichever way we can find. It's our individual personality, and everybody's path is somewhat different, principally the same, but there is some difference. So we have to look for it and become attached and practice. Practice makes one perfect. So we have to keep on practicing, and I think this is a great platform that we have been doing for more than 4 years now. We didn't realize, and it's so nice. I have no word of appreciating all of you. Because of you, my sadhana has become strong, and I want to have your kind association as long as I exist in this material world. This is the goal of our life, to remember always Krishna and never forget him. And we have to reach to the stage by performing different devotional activities. So I think we should stop here. And if Krishna so desires, we'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And then let's give our mind and heart more and more to the divine couple. As I was saying at, I think, 4:30 meditation or 3:30, that Arjuna revealed his heart after Krishna departed from that world has touched my heart so much. Because Krishna is revealing, we have no absolutely abilities of anything. He was wondering how he can even go in the battle of Kurukshetra. He was feeling so weak. And I think that if we have not yet realized that everything run by the mercy of Krishna, we are breathing also because he sanctioned it. With our own way, we cannot do nothing, absolutely nothing. And if you don't believe, wait for the final moment. You will see whatever you want to do, you won't be able to do it because we have no power. Everything works under the stringent laws of nature. And if you remain dedicated to the lotus feet of Krishna, those three modes of material nature will never bother you and we can live peacefully. It's not that we need to have a lot of the things to live happily. If items are left in our life, we can live more happier. There was a one person I forgot, American boy, and I think he was getting really famous. So he bought big house. But the wonderful thing he did, he didn't buy any furniture. He used to sleep on the floor. And he said, I'm enjoying the vastness of my house. And I was really amazed to see even the American people, that they also have a lot of riches in their life, but they live accept the simple life. And they said it's very, very nice, amazing. I think there was an article sometime, long time ago. I remember. And what we do before we build our house, we already make the plan. In this corner, I'm gonna put this furniture. In this room, this bed will go. This, that. The whole house we get filled up. No room to relax. Yeah, sleeping on the ground is a very nice experience. So try sometime and see. This is the Mother Earth. As long as we remain touch with the Mother Earth, we get energy. But the foolish thing, we have accepted that we have created a nice bed where we have no connections with the Mother Earth anymore. What can be done? We have been so much spoiled, huh? Really. We, we forgot our richness that we experienced in our childhood. How happy we were. No toys, nothing, but we were enjoying like anything. That's the natural way of life. Haribol. So again, thank you very much. I have to make some prayer for those departed souls and see Krishna can give them little mercy so they can come closer in the next birth. And we will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much.